All right, boys. First round of the playoffs is over. We're on to round two. How did we do? Knuckles, listen, I don't want to go gloat, guys, but I picked all 8 series correctly.
I have nothing to say. I tied Barry, and I'm just embarrassed. I don't even know what to say, Barry. We tied apparently, right?
We did tie. I picked a few on purpose the wrong way because I wanted to make sure your
Sure,
confidence
Barry.
stayed
Yeah.
high.
Did we do every pick the same? Because I know I
No, we
lost
did not.
Dallas.
No, we did not. You picked you picked you did you pick Toronto? I mean you
You
picked
don't even know
Listen,
Tampa.
he doesn't even know who's in the
you don't
fucking
even know
playoffs
now.
right
You
now.
you
Did you
picked
even watch it?
Tampa.
Did you even watch
Jesus.
one game in this?
Well,
Yeah.
I watched. Let me tell you something. I saw McDavid for the first time, and I tell you, I told Chris, I thought he was unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
What the fuck are
Wait,
you
what do you
doing?
mean?
What are
You
you
saw him
even
for the
on
first
here
time.
for? He's on here, and
He's in the
he
West
saw
Coast.
McDavid for the first time.
He's in
I
the
talked
West
to him
Coast.
today. He said that guy's
Wait, what
unbelievable.
do you mean though? Like you saw him like on TV on like
On
you just
TV.
heard of
He's
On
him?
never
TV.
seen him play.
No,
Oh
I
man,
heard him, but I watched him play on
I
TV.
tied. This is who I tied, Nux.
I
This
know.
is who
Oh,
you tied.
let's
I
move
should have
on
gone
to
eight
this.
for eight.
Yeah.
I should have gone 8 for 8. There's no way Toronto shouldn't have won, and the Penguins should have won. Penguins absolutely dominated last night. It was
Will you
ridiculous.
stop? You pick with your heart. That's your problem. You pick with your heart, not your head. Tim did the same thing with Dallas. His boy
Yeah,
Pavelski picked Pavelski, not Dallas. He picked
this is true.
Pavelski.
I can admit
But
that.
my heavy teams came in.
Oh gosh.
Calgary, St. Louis, the heaviness. The Bruins, I picked against them, and they played heavy. I picked against
Yeah,
them. Heavy.
your
It's all in the
heavy
heavy.
team. Your heavy team, Calgary, and the lightest guy in the league scored the winning goal, Game 7.
Uh, what's his name?
Your heavy team.
Yeah,
What's his
Johnny
name?
Gaudreau
yeah.
scored the goal.
Jimmy
Who's
Goudreau.
he? Who's
Johnny
he?
Gaudreau, one of my legs weighs as much as he does, for
Have
Christ's sake.
He's like Connor McDavid, Connor McGregor. He was calling him Connor McGregor. So yeah, he's like, I actually saw Connor McGregor. We're like McDavid. He's like, he's really fast. It's like, really, Barry?
he was
This
fast.
is-
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Well, what
I
happened to
don't know.
Toronto though? I mean, honestly, that was an unbelievable series. I watched a lot of that series, and
I don't know. The
I
same,
thought
what
it was
happened the
great.
last like 15 years? I don't know.
Yeah, here's the deal, and I'll say this: Sheldon Keefe. I think made a big mistake. And listen, it went 7 games, but before the series started, right? He come out and they asked him, what he thought about playing Tampa. He said, "Listen, I expect it to be physical, borderline violent series in a lot of ways, and our guys will be ready for that." Now, here we are talking about a team that they didn't get 115 points playing that way, borderline violent. They relied on their talent. They had really good goaltending. They had a great season. And then he starts the playoffs with this, what I think was a stupid thing to say. Listen, playoff hockey, yeah, it's going to be physical. Yeah, I expect it to be physical. Our guys are going to be ready to play, blah, blah, blah. Great. But when you get the borderline violent, and what happened, Wayne Simmons goes out there the first game. He takes 2 penalties trying to be borderline violent. And what happens? They end up winning that game, Tampa. And you can say, oh, it's only 1 game. But that is a huge game. It came down to 1 game in the end, and you can't. I just think he buffed at the coach in that whole borderline violent statement he made. I think it was stupid. I think it hurt him. So what do you think, Tim, of that whole Toronto series and them not getting out of the first round?
No, I agree with what you're saying. I also think that
I don't want you to agree with me.
Well, I mean, that's what I do. I'm a people
Okay.
pleaser. I'm very, very two-faced. Like, so I'm gonna agree but hate everybody. No, I just think Tampa. I mean, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Tampa. I think I have them picked as going to the finals. I think Colorado and them, but I have Colorado winning it. But Tampa's they're just built for I don't know. They're built for the scenario they were in. And I think they just ran into an opponent. And, like, I don't know. It's like their whole thing was like them winning the cup for the Leafs. It felt like if they get past the first round, that's like they won their cup. And I just feel like it was just, I didn't ever believe that they were going to win that series. But I agree with what you're saying. They kind of threw out a identity that's not them to begin with. And I don't know. I mean, you got Vasilevsky and Tampa and some of the guys they have. It's going to be tough to beat them. I think they can do it again. I really do.
Let's talk about the Homer suckbag team, the Penguins. What happened with them last night? Game 7, they choked. What about your boy Crosby? What was it? Someone hit him dirty?
Well, I don't think he was playing up to snuff last night. Whether he was not, he surely wasn't as good last night as he was at the rest of the games. But I thought as a whole, the Penguins played a heck of a game. I thought it was a great game. I thought they dominated 5-on-5 play, and they ran into a great goalie. They kind of what you said, Chris. You
goalie thing
well, no,
again.
but you said it. What you
The
said it. You go.
goalie.
You were eating like spicy beef
Heavy.
and broccoli.
Well, he was a heavy goalie.
You
was a
said it
heavy goal.
yourself. If you go to the 7th game and you resort to the 7th game, that stuff can happen. And didn't you think that goalie was great last night? Didn't you think the Penguins dominated 5-on-5?
I thought both goalies were really good.
Yeah, I thought the Penguin goalie didn't.
I thought Jarry was really good. No.
Yeah, I thought he played.
Either team could have won that. I thought Pittsburgh
Yes.
could have won it. You got a penalty and they scored on the power play. I mean, what are you going to do?
So let me ask you guys this question, though. I'm serious about this. Do you think the goalie was getting, what do you call it, screened a lot last night? Did Jarry get screened on the last goal? I'm trying to figure out how they actually play it. You know, how they, as a defenseman.
Do you understand this game at all that we're talking about?
Yeah, do you know what like offsides? Let's start with the basics. You know what
was the guy screened?
Offsides is?
Was he
No, but I'm saying is it difficult? I'm not a penalty. Is it difficult for the goalie? They look like they're really getting screened. Like Letang,
he's
as great as he was.
There's a very good chance him trying to stop a puck, and then there's a body in front of him.
There's like 8 bodies in front of him.
Definitely makes it a little harder. Yeah, for sure.
Because the team with the puck, right, Barry? The guys, the forwards in front of that trying to tip pucks. And then there's 5 guys from the opposing team standing in front of that goalie trying to block it.
Your son played in the NHL. What are you talking about right now? This is not a real question. This is not a serious question. It can't be.
No, I know what screening is, but sometimes I wonder, is a defenseman on the defensive team? Well, I know they do it on purpose, but could they do things a little differently instead of trying to have 15 people defensemen?
They're trying to clear bodies out for sure.
Yeah, they got to clear bodies. Guys are trying to get to the
or they
net.
better block the shot, which I never ever did. But
me either. Screw that.
It hurt.
I just back checked him. That's all.
Famous back check.
Yeah. All right. So listen, I'll just say it. Last night, we look at the Leafs, right? They lost. Okay. The big gunners didn't score in Game 7. They needed them, right? And that was a knock on them the year before. They didn't play well in the series. They score all these points during the season. Playoff time comes, checking gets tight. They have a more difficult time to score goals. It's not la-di-da like it is during the regular season. And then we see 2 series decided last night, Game 7s, Rangers, Pittsburgh. And what happens? Who scores at the end? Yeah, it was power play, but still, the guy who makes all the money, Panarin, right? He scores. He got certainly a timely goal. And then who scores for Calgary later in the evening in overtime? Johnny Gaudreau. So the big money guys did come through. Kachuk came through last night. A goal, and I think he had 2 assists. Like, hello. Those guys, when they rise to the occasion in big games, they make a difference. We didn't see that last night. Now, Mana had some chances. He played a great Game 7, but hitting the post and getting great opportunities are not enough. We saw it earlier in the series with Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau could have finished the game with a breakaway, right?
Yeah.
And what did Sutter say? He said, well, he paid to score those goals, right? And that sounds harsh, but that's what he gets paid to do. And it's great he had the breakaway, but he didn't fucking score. He scored when it counted last night. So that was, 2 awesome series. I love these Game 7s. right?
Well, Gensel scored last night, didn't he?
Oh,
Holy
forget about
fuck.
Gensel. We're
But
talking
you were
about
talking about the
guys who.
Stars.
No,
No,
but
the
we're
Stars
talking
scored.
about guys that
Yeah, just
finished the
like
game. They finished the
Okay.
series. Fuck
All right,
Gensel.
like
all
that
right.
guy, like Conor McGregor. Like
Yeah.
he showed up
He
game
showed
7.
up. He showed up.
Yeah, like he was unbelievable. Like Nux is saying, like he was, that's the, and then Tampa, one of their guys just so happens to be the goalie. I thought Vasilevsky played pretty fucking good. I don't know. I have a good feeling about Tampa, but yeah, I hear what you're saying, Nux. That
Yeah.
Panarin, it was funny because they were just yapping all game, and the announcers about how he was fighting the puck, this and that.
He was.
He was for sure. I saw it, and then sure enough, I was happy he scored. I was really happy.
But that's what happens with those guys, right? They can do nothing all game, and they get that one chance and forget about it. If I do nothing all game, or you, Tim, fucking we're in the minors the next day. But
Or you, Barry.
he can do nothing. Certainly, it's struggle and fight it. But that's what those superstars do. I mean, I played with Pierre LaRouche, right? Who used to play in Barry's neighborhood. And LaRouche, he could go out there and he would not do a thing. You couldn't see him all game. And then you look at the score sheet, he had 2 goals and 2 assists. You'd be like, okay.
One of those, yeah. Well, it's funny what you're saying because it's like if Pittsburgh wins that game, the whole talk we're talking about Panarin right now. He's got to show up.
Yeah.
But that's the fine line of if you're going to get paid that money, that's what you got to deal with. You got to, like you said, you got to show up, and sometimes that's just you have to score. That's you could play a great game, but if you're not on that score sheet and you lose, then it's kind of on you. And I'm still mad that me and Barry tied. I don't know if I'm going to let that go.
All right, the Stanley Cup Playoffs first round is over. 5 of the 8 series went the distance, and they were all nail biters. Unbelievable. I mean, those game 7s, it's incredible seeing those game 7s. It's the best thing in sports, a game 7. There's nothing like it. In hockey, there's no better sport to have a game 7 in than hockey. So it was so cool. Moving on to the second round now, and we're going to start in the East. The Lightning and the Panthers. And listen, yeah, just an awesome series when we think this is the Battle of Florida. Used to be the Battle of Quebec, the Battle of Alberta, these awesome rivalries. And one is now started down in Florida. Who would have ever thought that we'd be talking about the Battle of Florida in the Stanley Cup playoffs? But the Lightning and the Panthers, what do you got, Barry? What's your pick in this series?
Florida. I'm sick of Tampa winning. That's it.
You're picking, okay.
Yeah.
Florida. Sick of Tampa winning.
So that's why you're picking them.
That's why. I think 3 in a row is very hard. And in truth, it's hard to keep on. It's hard to just keep on winning and everything, winning. Eventually, some bad luck comes your way. Florida's been playing great, and they went through a 7-game series, which is probably good for them. And I just think it's their time. I think they've played great all year. I think Tampa is just going to wear out a little. I mean, if Vasilevsky's got to play, did I get the goalie's name right? He's got to play great. So I'm going with Florida. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. Okay, that's all we have.
I mean, Vasilevsky's got a good great. They just won the last 2 cups. He can play great. He knows how to play great. He clearly just did. I got Tampa, even though I'm opposite. I do want to see a team win three cups in a row, just because I feel like that doesn't happen. It hasn't happened, at least in my lifetime. And but I'm not saying, I don't know. I just think Tampa's still got that team. Like they clearly showed that, in elimination games twice, how to shut it down, how to play that playoff hockey, what they did to win the cup, and they still got like a lot of the same guys. It's not like I don't know. I think they're young. I like I said, I think they're gonna at least go to the finals. But I can't count. Florida's. I don't know. Florida's good too. Florida is good too. But I got Tampa, and I'm just going against Barry. What? I just want to
You're going against Barry. I'm going with Barry on this one, but not for the same reasons Barry's going with Florida. Here's the deal. That first round, okay, the Panthers, they weren't up to snuff in that first round. They got through, okay? They got 12 points from Carter Verhaeghe, right? They relied mostly on this kid for their offense in that first round, which is incredible. Giroux, Barkov, Huberdeau. man, they didn't have the scoring that they got from those guys during the season. So I'm thinking these guys are going to say, "Geez, we're happy to get out of that round. We get out by the skin of our teeth, but here we are in round 2 now. We're going to be ready to play. This is going to be a intense, emotional series. I'm looking at Florida going to take this one. I just think Tampa with some injuries. Think
Yeah, is there
Kucherov
an update on Point?
Yeah, Kucherov is hurting. God, I don't know. I think Point. There's a good chance Point's going to be out.
Well, I guess I'm going Florida there. I didn't
No,
fucking
no,
know
you
that.
can't. It's too
You
late.
know.
That's in. You got to do your
Someone in
homework.
Florida.
You
Someone in
have
Florida
to
is
do
going to
your
win that
homework.
series.
You have to do your homework ahead of time. Okay,
My
you're
Wi-Fi
changing.
does. I got
Are you
terrible
changing?
fucking internet.
Are you changing, Tim?
No, I'm going to keep it just because I don't want to be on Barry's team. I'm anti-Barry today.
All right, so yeah, I'm going Florida Panthers. Who knows? I mean, this is a tough one. There's going to be emotional series. I just think they're going to pick it up, Florida, and play better than they did in the first round overall. All right, the other series in the East is the Rangers versus the Hurricanes. Tim, I'll start with you.
I like the Rangers. I just like them. I think they kind of. I had them lose. I mean, I don't know. They showed resilience. They were facing elimination. They obviously twice, and I think I don't know. They showed character. I didn't think they played as good as I thought they were. And then they just kind of like hung around and found a way. And I like them. I do. I think I just don't want Carolina to win. How about that?
I'm going to pick the Canes, and I say that because I think the Canes rely on their whole team for success, and I say that they have that depth. Certainly, the goaltender Antti Ranta. I think they would prefer to have their other goalie in there, Frederick Anderson, but he's still hurt. They don't know what's going on with him. Shesterkin, all right, listen, he got through that first round. He made unbelievable saves. But I just happen to think when you look at, those Rangers, they rely a little bit more on, obviously, Panarin, Kreider, Zibanejad, and they rely a lot on those guys. Where I think the Canes are, they're looking at, they have a lot of depth. They got 4 players side for the goal scoring leads: Svechnikov, Trocheck, Jarvis, Niederreiter, Max Domi, what he did in Game 7. They're getting it from everywhere. In the back end, you got D'Angelo and Slavin. They had 8 points in 7 games, those two guys. They push it from the back end. So I just think that this team is going to end up getting by the Rangers in this round. Barry?
Very simple. Tim picked the Rangers. I'm picking the Canes. By the way, I was gonna pick the
pillow
Canes.
fight here, Barry.
We have some animosity
I know.
amongst the team.
I was picking the Canes all the way over the Rangers. I think the Rangers are a little overrated. I think that they've come through, I guess, all the time from behind, but I think the Canes are
They come through
Yeah,
all the time from behind.
They were behind a lot during the year and in the playoffs. And they
you just
came
saw
back.
Conor McGregor for the first time, and you're going to start saying that you.
But I can
all of a sudden
read.
You saw the Rangers all year.
No,
what are you talking about?
I can read.
Stop lying.
Okay,
You're reading?
I read. Listen,
What are you reading?
The Hurricanes are very disciplined. They keep on. They're tenacious.
Oh, okay.
They
He's
keep
reading
on
The
coming at
Athletic.
you.
He's reading The Athletic, Tim.
No, I did
Yeah.
on this. No, I did on this one. But I know that Ron Brindamore, that's the coach, right?
Oh man.
They take
No,
it on
he's
his
he's the goalie.
Yeah.
He's a goal. No.
He's
but
still
they take
playing.
wasn't he a tenacious player?
He was very tenacious.
And I think that's what the team is. Not
No, this
necessarily
team took on
heavy.
his personality, no question. Yep.
And so
Well,
I
you
think
don't like Gerard Gallant? He played too.
He
looks
played
like a
tenacious
bulldog.
too.
He
Yeah.
looks like a bulldog out there.
No, he did play like a bulldog. He's a tough
Yeah.
kid, Gerard.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm picking the Canes.
You're picking the Canes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
seriously.
So make sure you get your picks down now. We
Yeah,
know
how about
who
you
who
guys-
picked what,
No,
right?
no, I know.
How about you guys stop teaming up on me? How about that, Barry?
No, I was picking
Okay.
the Canes. Let me go first then. I'll pick
Listen, I'm running the show as far as who's
Okay.
Barry,
picking
you're
going
lucky
first.
to come
You
back
went
on
first
the show.
already.
Just relax.
I'm
You
happy
went
to be
first,
invited.
Barry. Then
I
Tim
look-
went,
I'm just so
Yeah,
excited to
we
be
have
on.
a plan here.
and then Tim went, and then I went, and you went third, and now I'm
Right.
going first.
Okay.
Okay? So just
You're
sit
on.
tight.
You're on.
You're lucky we're not in the fucking studio. Okay? All right, the Blues, Avalanche. Oh, God. Yeah, I got to go with the Avalanche getting her done here. This team, they do not want to drop the ball here. I know the Blues, they bounce back. This team, they put Binnington in there. You know, he's like a third D-man. You know, they made that goalie switch during the series, and forget about it. He was in there, Binnington, for the final 3 wins. I still don't think um, it's enough to beat this Avalanche team, man. This is the year. They got bounced last year, and I just think this team is they're focused, they're ready to rock. They run it, run it from the back end with Makar. It's sick how good that player is. They got it going on. So anyway, I'm going with the Avalanche. And now we go to Barry.
Avalanche. Everything
All right,
for
that's
what
good.
you
That's
said.
good. Thanks, Barry. I'm gonna go.
That's good. That's all we need
Yeah,
to
that's
hear.
good. That's all we need.
Avalanche.
Put him on mute. Put him on mute. And I'm gonna go Avalanche too. They're my team. I can't go against them. I picked them to win the cup.
That's your
so
team.
I think they cover everything we can talk about a team, like their depth, like you said. Makar, she's unbelievable. I don't know. They're gonna be tough to beat.
All right. Well, cool. All right.
And they're fun to watch. I love watching them.
Now, this series is another battle of. This is a battle of a province, not a state. The state of Florida. We get the Battle of Florida, the Battle of Alberta, the Oilers, and the Flames. Barry, this is Conor McGregor's team, the Oilers, and they're playing against the Flames, Johnny Goodrow's team. So, yeah, what do you got?
Well, I was pulling for Edmonton. I
You're
watched
pulling?
them.
Why?
Well,
Yeah.
listen.
They got Evander
Because-
Holyfield.
Only because I thought it was because I remember I picked them. I picked them to go pretty far.
Yep.
And in truth, I'm sticking with them, but I don't feel good about it. They didn't look all that great to me. They just look like they kind of got
Who,
through.
Edmonton?
I didn't think they looked that great in that series.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm
You
picking
said you
Edmonton.
didn't watch a game. You told us. You
I
didn't
watched
watch
a couple games.
First
said
fucking time you saw the kid. They didn't look that
mean-
good.
He looked great, but I think as a
Okay.
team they didn't look all that great. But Calgary they're a heavy team.
Yeah,
But I'm picking
heavy.
I'm picking Edmonton. I'm picking Edmonton. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Edmonton. I think McGregor. No, McDavid. He was unbelievable, and I think when he goes, that team goes. I think he is good enough to carry a team, at least through this round. It's going to be an awesome series. I think with the addition of Evander Kane, he's perfect for this series. He's playing well. And I know Draisaitl might be a little injured. I know a little bit on that, but overall, I liked how Edmonton played. I think once again, they were a team that, had 2 shots at, their season could have been over, and they stuck with it. And I just loved what McDavid did. I think it was amazing to see a guy like him just step up and really take over. And he was a huge reason why they, like you said, the big name players, the guys that get paid, he did what he was supposed to do. And I think he's going to do it again this series for sure.
Okay, that's cool. And here's the deal: I am picking the Flames. And I look in the back. No, not Sutter. I'm talking about goaltending here. Get Jacob Markstrom, okay, a Vezina Trophy finalist, up against Mike Smith. He'd been pretty up and down. Listen, he
shut out in
finished
Game 7. Can't get.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, he was a big part of that, no question. In their stretch run down the end, he was unbelievable. But the kid, he's 40 years old. You know, it's going to be a tough physical series. I just think they got it in the goaltending department for sure. And then Goudreau's playing unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
That line is one of the best lines in hockey. Okay, they're going up against another very good line, a duo anyway, Draisaitl and McDavid. But Evander Kane in there, I don't know. How do you cancel him out? Lucic ain't going to be on the ice with them all the time. They'll be out there at times. But I just think overall the Flames have more depth. And although Edmonton took this step getting out of the first round, I think they're going to have a tough time to beat the Flames. And I just can't wait to see the series. I think it's just like this and that Florida series. I'm gonna love it.
What I like about him, even aside from my picks, is like if my picks, if the team wins that I didn't pick, like I'm not gonna be surprised, right? Like
and you won't be bummed out,
right?
Unless I'm like I said, if I don't I just better.
If you don't beat Barry, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm off the show. I'm just like done. Like I'm not even like I just quit.